We have some more coming in right now. All right, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm going to mute everybody and I'm going to hang out here just in case some people pop on last minute. So we'll actually start lying down this morning. So you'll come to lie completely flat on the back. And as we wait for others to pop in, we'll just begin to hug the knees into the chest and circle the knees around a couple times. Maybe you rock yourself from side to side. We'll just begin to take nice, deep, full breaths in and out through the nose. And then we'll take the soles of the feet flat onto the mat. You'll bring one hand to your heart, one hand to the belly. And we're just going to focus on the breath for a couple of moments here. And as you inhale, feel your belly rise and the chest rise. And as you exhale, feel the chest gently drop and the belly draw inward. Good. And for those who are just coming in this morning, good morning. We're lying down on our back. I'm hanging out here in case people log on. I have to put them into the room. So come to lie flat on the back, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, and we're focusing on our breath. And set an intention or affirmation for your practice this morning, dedicating your time, your breath, and your movements to someone or something, even just to give yourself the next hour to move mindfully, to move slow, to breathe, and to work through any tension that might be forming in the body. And as we move and breathe, keeping this with you in your heart and in your mind. Beautiful. From here, you're going to stretch your arms long, stretch the legs long. And then again, hug the knees into the chest and gently rock yourself a little side to side. And from here, we'll extend the left leg long on the mat as the right knee hugs in. And then we'll kick the right heel up to the sky, just getting a nice stretch to start our class off. Point and flex the foot or circle your ankle around. And then we're going to go ahead and hug the right knee back in and then extend it long. And then switching sides, left knee hugs in. Kick the left heel up to the sky. Point and flex the foot or circle your ankle around. And then we'll bring both knees back into the chest. We'll come to roll all the way over onto one side. And now we'll come up to a tabletop position. So hands will go directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. You're going to roll through a couple rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're going to look up to the sky, tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, we round and press the floor away. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Couple more. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. Last time. Exhale and round. Then on the inhale, we come back to a neutral spine. And from here, we're gonna reach our left foot back behind, right arm reaches out. Take a nice full deep breath in, hugging the belly in. Then as you exhale, we'll tap the right hand to the left knee. Then we'll extend out. We're just gonna do 2 more. Bring your hand to the knee and then reach out. Last time, hand touches the knee. And then we reach out and then release the hand back down, release the knee back down. Wag your hips a little side to side. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. So now your right foot will extend out, left arm reaches out. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, tap hand to knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, tap hand to knee. Last time, inhale, reach out. Exhale, tap hand to knee. We're just gonna reach out one more time. And then hand and knee placed back down on the mat. From here, we'll bring the knees wide, big toes to touch, and sit the hips back to a child's pose. Let your forehead rest into the mat. Maybe rock the hips a couple times from side to side. And then on the next inhale, we'll come back up to all fours. Palms plant underneath the shoulders. We'll tuck the toes under and come into a down dog. And once you're in down dog, pedal the feet out. Shake your head yes and no. Let it feel really good. And then we're gonna roll through our plank 3 times. So your modification will be to drop your knees to the mat, right? So on the inhale, we're gonna rock forward to a plank, belly draws inward. And then on the exhale, we lift up and back, down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, roll to a plank. Again, exhale, down dog. Last time, inhale, roll to a plank. Exhale, back through down dog. Couple breaths. You can keep a little bend in the knees, spread wide through the fingertips. And then from here, however it gets there, our left foot is going to step forward between the hands. So you might lower the knees and then take a step forward with the left foot, or you take a big step forward. Right, and from here, the right knee can either stay up off the mat or it can lower down. And then the fingertips will walk out on a diagonal to the right. Send your butt back behind you. And we keep the left knee moving out to the left, right? So it's not collapsing inward. And then we're gonna gently wiggle the hips from side to side. Taking nice, full, deep breaths. And as your butt moves back, the chest moves and reaches forward. And then on the inhale, hands will come back to center. The right palm's going to plant underneath your right shoulder. And again, you can keep your right knee up or lower it. And then we'll reach the left arm up to the sky, lean back. Nice deep breaths in and out. Try and keep the shoulders and arms stacked over one another. We'll take another full breath in. Now, as you exhale, release your left hand to the mat. You will either come back to all fours and rest, or you'll come back to a down dog and rest. Couple breaths here. Awesome. And then our right foot, however it gets there, will step forward between the hands. So again, you can lower the knees down to step the right foot forward, or you take a big step forward. Fingertips will walk out on a diagonal to the left, sticking your butt back behind you. Wag your hips side to side. And then from here, hands will come back to center. Left palm plants, right? Maybe the left knee lowers, or you can still keep it up. Right arm reaches up. We lean the chest back. Keep the shoulders stacked over one another. You can also look up towards your right hand. Taking a nice full deep breath in and out. And then we'll release the right hand down to the mat. Come back to down dog or all fours, whichever is working for you today. Couple deep breaths. Again, you might pedal the feet out. While we go through our practice, we listen to our body and respect where it needs to be. On the inhale, we'll rise onto the toes. If you're in down dog, look between the hands. And then however we get there, we'll all walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Take your time to get there, keeping a little bend in the knees. Relax everything forward, the head, the neck, the shoulders. Maybe you add a gentle rock from side to side. Letting everything relax. And then on the next inhale, you'll bring your hands to your shins, lift and lengthen halfway. As you exhale, you'll fold. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Last time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. On the inhale, our arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, hands will come through to the heart center, taking a couple deep breaths. Connecting back to our heartbeat. Connecting back to your breath and your intention. Beautiful. On the inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up to the sky. We'll go through some half sun salutes. Exhale, we'll fold forward, touch the mat. Inhale, hands will come to your shins, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Now we'll add on. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, we'll plant the palms and step back to a down dog. Couple breaths in your down dog. Right, or if down dog is too much, you're in puppy pose. On the inhale, let's rock forward to a plank. As you exhale, you can lower your knees down to the mat, bend the elbows, then lower to the belly. Right, or you can just lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, and then we'll press into the palms. Chest lifts up to a cobra. Your cobra doesn't have to be as high as mine. You can be lower. Right, and then we'll come back up through all fours, and then down dog. Couple of breaths here. And then we'll inhale to rise up onto the toes, look between the hands. Exhale, feet walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, hands come to the heart. Beautiful. Take a couple breaths. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, we'll roll to plank. Exhale, lower to the belly, however you get there. Untuck the toes, we press into the palms. Chest lifts up to a cobra. And then we'll come back up through all fours and then down dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes, look between the hands. Exhale, feet walk to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands will come to the heart. Again, we take a couple breaths before we go on to our last one. And then on the next inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale back to down dog or your puppy pose. On the inhale, we'll rock to a plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, chest is going to reach up to a cobra. Beautiful. From here, we'll come back up to all fours. And again, we'll rest into a child's pose or a puppy pose. We'll take about a minute to a minute and a half here, just breathing. And if puppy pose or child's pose don't work for you, you can just come to sit onto your heels for a moment. And if you're in child's pose or puppy pose, or even if you're sitting onto the heels in an upright position, send the breath into your belly, the low back, the ribs, and even the space behind the tips of your shoulder blades. Feel the breath expanding in your full torso. Maybe even down into the hips. Couple more seconds. Beautiful. And then we're going to come all the way back to a down dog once again. Tucking the toes under. Again, if that's not working for you, you take your puppy pose or child's pose. And from here, we'll walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. On the inhale, you lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, the arms are going to reach all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands down. Take a nice big step back with the left foot. Lower your left knee to the mat. Bring the hands on top of your right leg. Let your hips get heavy. You squeeze the legs towards one another without actually moving them. And then the arms might reach up to the sky. We take a low lunge. Keep drawing the legs in towards one another so there's a scissoring action. Right? They want to move towards one another. If your shoulders are tight, you can bring your arms out to your cactus. Right? We work on our posture, drawing the shoulders back. You squeeze the left butt, right? You get a bigger stretch in the front of the left hip. Beautiful. From here, now your left hand's going to reach down back to the mat. You might even reach it off the mat. I like to take mine a little wider. And then the right arm reaches up. We start to lean back. Okay? We come maybe a little lower into our lunge. Taking another full breath in. Exhale, releasing down. And now we'll step back to the top of the mat in a forward fold. Take a half sun salute between the sides. On the inhale, you lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Now we take a big step back with the right foot. We lower the right knee down. Bring the hands on top of the left thigh. Let your hips become heavy. Maybe you sink down a little deeper into the hips, right? Instead of being at the 90-degree angle, it's okay to let yourself kind of hang down a little bit. From there, we draw the legs towards one another. And then we'll inhale to reach the arms up. Maybe the arms come out to your cactus. Right? Keep scissoring, legs towards one another. Nice and tall in the chest. Squeeze your right butt. And then we'll take the right hand down to the mat. Maybe you take it off the mat. Left arm reaches up, lean back, we take a twist. Another full breath in. Exhale, fingertips release down, beautiful. Now we'll step forward to a forward fold. Taking a half sun salute here. We'll inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms will rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Good. All right, moving on. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, hands come to the hips. We're going to take a step back with the left foot coming into a high lunge now. So I want you to stay on the ball of your left foot if you can, right? And if that's okay, you keep just a tiny bend in your left knee. Now, if that's not working for you today, you come into a warrior one stance where your left foot is planted. All right, and then from there, again, reaching the arms up. Maybe the arms out to your cactus. Shoulders draw back. Finding nice strength within the legs. You can also close the eyes to test your balance. And breathe. Good. Take another full breath in. Exhale, hands come to the hips. We step forward. Half sun salute between the sides. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come back to the hips. Now we take a step back with our right foot. Again, you either stay up in your high lunge, a little tiny bend in the right knee, or you plant the heel down to warrior one. We'll reach the arms up and then maybe out to your cactus. This is really good for your posture, right? And holding a isometric contraction between the shoulder blades. The hips are squared with the front of the mat. And you breathe. Again, you might test your balance, close the eyes. Right, we play around, we see what we could do. It's Saturday morning. Have fun. We'll take another full breath in. Exhale, hands come to the hips. We step forward. Good. Another half sun salute. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Now, as you exhale, we're just going to do one chair pose today. I know last weekend I killed you guys with the chair pose. We'll bend the knees, right? Sit the hips back, arms reach up. Again, might come into your cactus. And you'll notice your neck can tend to come forward when we do this. Bring the sides of the neck back. Think a nice long spine from your tailbone through the base of the skull. Good. Take another full breath in. Exhale, hands release down. Taking a forward fold. Again, you might rock a little side to side. You can just let everything hang forward. And then on the inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let's plant the palms. Step back to our down dog. Nice to be back into a down dog, taking a couple deep breaths in and out through the nose. Again, you might pedal your feet. You might rock the hips from side to side. And it's your practice. You can make it as unique as you'd like. Awesome. From here, let's go ahead and take our right foot. We'll step it forward between the hands, however it gets there. And then we'll pivot and plant the left heel down. And then your right elbow is going to come to the right knee, left hand to the hip. We twist and turn the chest open to the left, right? So we're in side angle pose. In Sanskrit, side angle is Parsva Konasana. And then we're gonna reach our left arm either alongside the ear, or you can reach it up to the sky. Right, and then if you want to go through the full range of motion, your fingertips might drop down to the ground. I'm not there today, but maybe you are. Let me breathe. Notice if you're gripping in your toes. We'll take another deep breath in. As you exhale, maybe sink a little deeper into that front knee. Full inhale. As you exhale, hands will release down. Down dog. Take your time getting there. You might have to come through all fours, or you can just slide that foot back. Then once you're in down dog, we notice. How's the right leg compared to the left leg? What are the sensations you feel in your right leg compared to left? Awesome, and then we take our left foot, however it gets there, step it forward between the hands. From there, we pivot and plant the right heel down. We come into side angle on the left side. So left elbow to the left knee. Right hand will start at the hip, drawing the shoulders back. Get heavy into the thighs and feet without gripping the toes. Then your right arm might reach up, might swing alongside the ear. And then from there, if you have it, maybe your left fingertips drop down to the ground. But if you feel any compression in the spine or rounding forward, just bring the elbow back to the knee. Again, try not to grip into the toes. You might pick the toes up for a second on both feet and then replace them back down. Taking another full breath in. As you exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. Another inhale and exhale. Hands come to the mat. Beautiful down dog. Couple breaths here. And now we take a moment and notice both legs. Maybe rock a little side to side. Beautiful, and from here we lower back to the knees. All right, and our right foot is going to step all the way to the outside edge of the right mat. So the foot is a little wider than how we normally would go. I'm going to spin this way just as a demo. Right, and we'll keep the hands underneath the shoulders so your foot is in line with the hands. And then from there, a lot of us tend to stick our butt back here. And that's more of like a warrior two position where the hips start to open, but we want to pull the right hip back. So the hips are squared with the front of the mat. And then if you can keep the integration of your shoulders on the back, right, a nice long spine, like so. Right, you could stay here, or if you can keep that, you can walk your left knee back, further back. But again, I still want your spine to be long. Hands in line with the right foot. Okay, so if that means walking your left knee back in, right, and that's what we do. Again, we keep pulling the right hip back. Nice stretch for the right hip. Beautiful, and then we'll come back up, and then we'll switch sides. So you can move through down dog, or you can just simply go through all fours. And then we take our right foot, step it all the way to the outside edge of the right mat, lowering, or sorry, that's your left foot. Your left foot steps all the way to the outside edge of the left mat, right knee drops down. Right, same thing. So staying in a 90-degree angle to start. Hands are in line with the foot. And then we pull the left hip back, right hip forward. From there, if you can keep your spine nice and long, right, and your hips squared, then you can start to walk the right knee back. Okay, and again, we just stay nice and tall in the chest. At any point you might feel crunching in the front of your left hip. Walk your right knee in. Right? It's better to be safe than to overstretch or injure ourselves. Good, beautiful. From here, we come through all fours. We'll go through a couple cat-cows. Inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale to round. 2 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Last time, inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Good. From here, we come back to neutral spine. And now we'll come to sit on our butts. All right, so this one's a really good chest opener, especially if we're still, well, it doesn't matter if you're working from home, right? Or if you're working, back in office. When we're at the computer, what do we tend to do? We tend to slouch forward. So the next pose really helps to bring the shoulders back, right? It's so good to do. Doesn't feel that good while you're doing it, but afterwards, right? So we take our hands. We're going to take them and bring them behind us. Sitting up nice and tall. You can walk your hands in towards one another a little bit, just so you get that lift in the chest. Right? And then the soles of the feet are going to plant down onto the mat. From here, almost like you're in bridge pose, you're going to drag your feet towards you without moving them. And then we're going to pull the chest forward. I want you to keep your head straight forward, right? And then from there, without moving your feet, you start to lift the hips up, right? And again, for me, it feels better to look forward. For others, it might feel better to look up. Squeeze your butt, draw the shoulders back, pressing through the heels of the hands. You take a nice big breath in, and then as you exhale, lower down. You take a moment. You can hug your knees. For me, it's getting a little hard to do that, so I'm just going to sit upright. Right, and then we'll do 2 more. So we'll move with the breath, drawing the arms back, shoulders back, heels drag towards you without moving them, and then we start to peel the hips upward. Right, again, either head looks up or straight ahead. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the heels. And then we lower back down. Good. You guys might hug your knees in. I'm just going to sit upright. And then 1 more. Hands placed back behind you. Alrighty, from here we draw the shoulders back, lifting up through the hips. Now, if you wanted to, if you were feeling so strong here, you might even extend your feet out and place the soles of your feet on the mat, and then you lift the hips up. That is really hard. Only do that if you're like, yeah, I want more. Right, we take another big breath in, and then exhale, lower down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees out. Hands onto the knees. Sitting up nice and tall. Look up to the sky. Lean back. And as you exhale, we'll lean forward. Hands will come to the soles of the feet. And you can use your elbows to gently guide the knees down. Nice way to wake up on a Saturday. A much needed sunny Saturday. And then we'll inhale to rise back up. Good. Let's extend the left leg out to the side. And the sole of your right foot will come in towards your either your groin or the inner thigh. We'll flex the left foot. The left arm will come down onto the left leg. I like to do palm up just so I make sure my shoulders, opening instead of rounding forward. Toes are pointed straight up to the sky. Right arm's gonna reach up, right? And this is where you might be today. You might even be up a little bit higher, right? I just want you to start to crescent over to the left. If your right arm, if you start feeling crunchy in your shoulder, you can take the hand to the back of the head, right? And that'll help relieve it just a little bit. Or you can let your chest just rotate a little bit more forward. That's okay too. And we try and keep our right hip rooted down towards the mat. And that's what gives us this nice stretch, maybe even into the low back, sides of the waist, the ribs. And we'll inhale to rise. Beautiful. And we'll switch sides. Your right leg comes out to the right. Left foot will come inward. Right palm comes onto the right leg. Left arm reaches up and we start to lean again. If it's too much, just stay up here and we start to lean. Right, or you can reach a little bit deeper. Hand can also come to the back of the head. You might rotate the chest a little forward to relieve some pressure in the back of the neck or shoulder. Beautiful. And then we'll inhale to rise on up. Last stretch. Soles of the feet will come outward, straddling the legs. And then we'll reach the arms forward, flex the toes. Again, we keep the chest long instead of collapsing and rounding. So if that means just sitting up nice and tall, that works too. Hands might come even back behind you. Right. You don't even have to go flat or even to the elbows to get a stretch here. And we slowly come back up. Nice. Let's come to lie on our backs. You guys did an amazing job today. That's a shoulder opening. It's beautiful. So good for us, especially on a sunny day, right? So when we open through our chest and our shoulders, that's a confidence type of practice, a heart opening practice. It's like celebratory. Right, so nice way to start a sunny Saturday. So take the knees, hug them into the chest, either rock yourself side to side or circle the knees around, whatever works for you. From here, we extend the right leg long onto the mat, left knee hugs in. You might even hug it towards the left armpit for a little inner thigh stretch. And then we'll take the left leg, bring it back through center, and then we'll cross our left leg over to the right. Arms reach out to your cactus or to a T. Just a nice twist through the back. And then we'll bring the leg back through center. Good. And now we'll kick the left heel up to the sky. Hold on to the back of the leg. Point and flex a foot or circle your ankle around. We'll go ahead and let the left leg come long onto the mat. Take a moment and just notice the difference, maybe between your right and left leg. And then we'll hug your right knee into the chest. Hug it more towards your right armpit. Right, so you get a little inner thigh stretch. And then we'll take our right leg through center, let it cross over to the left. Again, your arms come out to a cactus or to a T. And then we'll come back up to center, hugging the right knee into the chest, and then hold on to the back of the right leg. Point and flex a foot or circle your ankle around. Go ahead, place your right leg back down onto the mat. And then we'll come into a reclined pigeon pose. So let's start on the left side. So you'll bend the right knee. So the right foot comes onto the mat. We'll take our left ankle and cross it on top of our right knee. From there, guide your right knee into the chest. Hold on to the back of the leg. You gently rock yourself from side to side. And if it's not comfortable to keep your right knee hugging in, you can also keep the foot down. You can just take your hands and press them onto the legs. And then we'll take our whole figure four and we'll move it over to the right. And your left knee is still reaching away from you. So it moves away from the belly. So you get a nice stretch on the outer left hip. We'll give it another couple seconds here on this side. And then we'll come back up. Good. Let's switch sides. So now the right ankle will come on top of the left knee. And you might hug the left knee into the chest. Gently rock yourself a little side to side. I feel really, really good. You might even try, some people like this, extending so it would be your left leg, extending the left foot up to the sky and having a straight leg. Some people like to do that. They're just different variations. Fun to try different things. And now we'll take our whole figure four and move it over to the left. Arms again come out to a T or to a cactus. Relax your shoulders and you take nice, full, deep inhales and full exhales. Beautiful. From here, we come back up to center. Let's take the feet mat width distance apart, and we'll let the knees knock a little from side to side, right? Like they're windshield wiping. And then you might keep your knees over to the left. And you could take your left ankle, cross it on top of the right knee if that feels good. If not, knees just stay knocking to the left. Wherever you are, whichever position you're in, just keep the upper body relaxed. So arms can be doing whatever they feel like doing right now. They don't have to be out to a deer cactus. And then from here, we bring the knees through center and we let them knock over to the right. Again, same thing. So you might take your right ankle and place it on top of the left knee. You could just keep your knees knocked to the side. Beautiful. From here, we come back up to center. We'll go ahead and take a happy baby. Grab onto the outside edges of the feet. Or you can hold on to the big toe or inside edges of the feet. Gently rock yourself side to side. And if you have one last pose that your body is asking you to do, you could go ahead and do it. Maybe extend the feet up to the sky for a second. Right, or take a different hip stretch. When you're ready in your very own time, lowering all the way down for Shavasana. Let your legs extend long onto the mat unless you have back pain and the soles of the feet rest onto the mat. And you let yourself completely relax. Relax your head, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Palms face up, or another option, you take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. We just spend the next couple of minutes here reflecting on our practice, reflecting on all the strength that you've created, and reflecting on your intention. We'll take another minute here to breathe. And you'll slowly allow your inhales to get a little deeper and your exhales maybe get a little longer, awakening your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle the toes. You'll stretch your arms and stretch the legs. And then we'll guide the knees into the chest. And gently rock the knees around in a circle or rock them from side to side. And then from here, we'll make our way all the way back up to a comfortable seated position. With your eyes closed, your hands will come to the heart center. We'll just take a moment here, sitting up nice and tall, connecting back to the breath, back to your intention. And as you go through the rest of your day today and into the weekend and the week that's coming ahead, keeping your intention with you and let that be a place where you work from, you breathe from, and move from. Send yourself so much love and gratitude for all of your hard work and for coming to your yoga practice this morning and for being mindful. And in honor of our time together this morning, I'll gently sing the sound of Om one time. You can sing along or just listen. I'll take a full breath in. Bow your head to your very own heart. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.